Okay, today I'm here with Jenn Osa with Physicians Mutual. She's going to talk to us about our health insurance. So Jenn, welcome. Thank you very much for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, so Jenn, can you just describe your business to us, or really what you do?
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, Arnold, when people get ready to retire and they're losing their group plan,
Sure.
or maybe when you move into the state of Arizona, you're coming from out of state and your insurance needs to change.
All right.
What I do is I help people transition into Medicare.
Okay.
And you may not know this yet because you're too young,
Right.
but because
Thankfully.
yeah, but because I met with your wife and we sat down and I just a lot of times we'll sit at a kitchen table or meet at a coffee shop.
Yeah.
And I just educate them on how Medicare works.
Yeah.
I go over the changes of what's coming in 2020.
Yeah.
And just go over their rights and entitlements with
Sure.
Medicare.
Sure.
That's not all I do for my business. I do a lot of other things, but that's my main focus.
That's your main focus. So it sounds really interesting. I see insurance as a very complex thing, especially once you approach the Medicare side of it.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
at that age. So why did you choose this profession?
It's kind of a long story, but my aunt back many years ago, when she went on to Medicare, they live back in Iowa, and there's ice there. She had just gone on to Medicare and she slipped and fell on the ice. Yeah. And she got hurt pretty bad. She split open her head and went into the hospital.
Wow.
And, I had been in insurance and understood, I thought, how Medicare worked or how all the health insurance works and all that. And what was happening to her, she was getting all these medical bills. And I was so naive that at that time I just thought Medicare paid for everything.
Yeah, right.
And come to find out through my aunt, that's not the case.
Oh.
And there was some mistakes that she had made. But in the process of looking into this, I was really overwhelmed. I was like, how does anyone figure this out?
Right.
There's a lot of choices out there, and sometimes people don't get the right advice and they make some mistakes.
Right. Right.
So she kind of helped me fall into learning more about it, and that's how I got into working with Physicians Mutual.
Oh, nice. So then you look at it more as an advisor and helping people to make sure that they look at all of their plans and make sure that based on their lifestyle or where they are, fits into the
That's
right
correct.
category.
Sometimes people just take the advice of a neighbor or a friend,
Right.
and not realizing that everybody's health is different, everybody's lifestyle is different. Some people travel, some people stay at home. So not every plan is right for everybody.
Right, right. So I guess it's like what I think about is if I have to go in for heart surgery, I shouldn't talk to my neighbor. I should talk to his heart surgeon.
Right.
Right.
There
so
you
we
go.
get the right advice from the right.
Exactly.
Good
Exactly.
plan. Well,
Yeah.
that's great. That's great. So really, what drives you? What motivates you on a daily basis?
It's probably the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I first started in this back in 1992, I was in a different kind of insurance with auto and home.
Okay.
And when I did that, helping someone with a tow claim, it's okay. But when you're helping with someone get the right health care, taking care of their family, making sure that they're financially stable, it makes a huge difference. It's very important. I've met with couples where, this would have been back when I first started. A gentleman that I met with, he was fairly healthy. He was just 64, going to be 65, going into Medicare at the time. And a couple years passed by, and his wife gives me a call. And she says, Jenn, I just want you to thank you for coming into our lives. And I'm like, well, that's strange. What's going on? You don't get that call every day. Right. And she said, well, Jenn, I don't know if you realize this, but my husband's been on the liver transplant list. Oh. And he's a really healthy guy. He plays softball. He's an athlete, very healthy, but his liver wasn't good. Oh. And he had been in and out of the hospital 8 times that year. And the doctors were amazed that he was able to get through all the things he got through, but because the rest of his body was healthy, he was able to get through them. Sure. And she kept getting these notices from the hospital. It was not a bill, it says, but it says, this visit was $90,000. That visit was $120,000. Yeah. And she had 8 of these, almost $1 million worth of medical bills in 1 year. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. And she said, I finally made an appointment with the hospital in the billing department because I am waiting for the bomb to come. Right. What are we going to owe? Are we going to have to file bankruptcy? Yeah. How are we going to afford this? Right. And when she sat down with the lady, she said, I wish everybody had the coverage you have. everything's been paid for.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And
amazing.
she and I started crying.
Yeah.
It was a very emotional
Yeah.
call. But those are the times when you're like, yes, I'm helping people. I'm
Right.
doing something right. And she doesn't have to worry, or he doesn't have to worry about, oh, well, they single me out and I have this huge rate increase now. If he gets a rate increase, they give everybody in the state of Arizona a rate increase. They can't cancel him for any reason.
Right.
So he doesn't, as long as he
Nice.
pays his bill, he's fine.
Nice, nice. That's good. Well, I could see this being a very rewarding job because you seem very passionate about what you do and
Yeah.
very knowledgeable as well. On a day-to-day basis, or when you're going through this, what really surprises you? Either about, could be working for yourself or being on your own, or maybe interaction with clients. What really surprises you on a daily basis?
I think probably what surprises me the most is how close I get to some of my clients.
Okay.
And maybe it's because of my clients are the same age as my parents, so I can relate to that,
Right.
that age group. But yeah, I'm surprised at how many friendships I've made in this business.
Yeah, I could see
And
that.
I get a lot of great advice. These people have had a whole lifetime of experience,
Right.
and I come in and I get, not only beauty advice, but good vitamin advice or,
good.
different kinds of tricks of the trade that you don't know about every day. 'Cause
Right.
They've got some knowledge out there.
Nice.
So,
Well, that's good. It's really interesting. Anything else, Jen, that you'd like to share with the audience today?
really, one of the things that also surprises me about this business, just kind of going back, is I'm a mother of two.
Yeah.
And this business, because I'm self-employed, I do have to work some weekends, but it also gives me flexibility to spend time with my family.
Yeah.
So maybe I get off early on Monday and go to that soccer game.
Sure.
Or I can be a room mother, for the Halloween party coming up.
Yeah.
So it does allow me to have time with my family, and flexibility to, be a mom too.
Yeah.
Which is kind of nice too. So.
That's really important,
Yeah.
I think. So that's great. So markets that you serve, you are all over the city of Phoenix or Metro?
That's
Where-
correct.
Yeah?
That's correct. I mostly work in the West Valley, but I am licensed in the state of Arizona, so
Okay.
I can go anywhere in the state.
Okay.
But Avondale's a big part of my community. Any
Sure.
retirement community, Pebble Creek, Sun City, I have a lot of clients in that area as
Okay.
well.
Okay. Well, that's great.
Yeah.
That's good to know. So really good. Well, thank you very much, Jen.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, I really appreciated that.
Yeah.
So.